Hi, my name is Zach Pryor, and I'm the founder and owner of Michigan Signery, a reclaimed wood sign business based out of Glen Arbor, Michigan. Just an overview of my presentation, I'll be covering the founding and beginning of my business, my resource investment plan, risks associated with venture, and financials. So the founding and beginning. In the beginning, there was a storm that came through my small town of Glen Arbor that harbored winds of over 100 miles an hour. It left wreckage in its wake and it toppled century-old structures, docks, fences, barns. So I brainstormed ideas of how I could capitalize on this, and I came up with my sign business. So in the summer of 2015, I mastered the craftsmanship, and I began selling and producing in 2016, and it became a big hit in my small town. Here are just a few examples of my product. So I commemorate the places around Glen Arbor, such as the Sleeping Bear Dunes, Glen Lake, Mackinac Island, and Leland, Michigan. My resource investment plan. I want to expand my promotional methods, additional product lines, new events, partnerships, online sales, e-commerce, and new retail presence. So just a few promotional methods. Last summer I gave a presentation at the Glen Arbor Art Association about how I made Glen Arbor my home away from home and how I give back to the community. The Leland Old Art Building is in the small town of Leland, about 20 minutes from here, and they do write-ups about artists and vendors every month, and I'm hoping to get a write-up in one of those. Similar to the Glen Arbor Sun and Leland Enterprise, which are both small newspapers around here that most locals read, and I'm working on getting an article about myself done this summer. Here are just a few additional product lines of things I've already began moving towards. So t-shirts, coasters, water bottles, mugs. These are just a few things that I can put my brand on, which is the beauty of my business, that it can go on anything. Additional events, the Porto Nida Fair and Frankfurt Art Fair are both art fairs around Glen Arbor and no more than 30 minutes away. They have about the same traffic as the Glen Arbor Art Fair, which I've done well at in the last few years, so I know that I'll do well at these places. The Leland Mary Marketplace is a small show in November. You just submit your product, you don't actually have to be present, they sell it for you, and they take 50% of the product and give it to local vendors and local art fairs and just local art associations. Lastly, I've been offered out-of-state shows in Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Ohio, so I'll hopefully be moving into trade shows where I simply submit my product and don't have to be present to sell. Partnerships are very important with a small growing company like mine. The Cherry Republic is a very popular retail store in Glen Arbor, Michigan. They have locations all over the state, so I can hopefully partner with them in the Red Ladder portion of their store where employees can sell products that they made. I am an employee, which would make it very easy to get my product in there, and I know that they would do well. The Empire Area Food Pantry and Friends of Sleeping Bear Dunes are both organizations that I donate to. So as you see the stickers on the bottom of the screen, a few of my signs will have those on them, and 100% of the proceeds from that sign go to either organization. Online sales and e-commerce are a very important component in 2020. This is so I can sell during the off-season, during birthdays, Christmas, holidays, honestly any time of year, and it's just a whole new curve being able to produce what people want. I recently purchased a retail space, so this gives customers a constant location to return back to rather than farmers markets and art fairs where they have to keep track of the dates and hours of when I'll be there. I can also branch out products because I don't have to submit an application. There's a lot of high traffic coming through here. It's one of the most popular corners in Glen Arbor, and also I'll be able to store my signs here over the winter. A few risks associated with venture. So I am the sole owner of my small business, which can make it difficult at times keeping up with customers and customer wants. Over market saturation as well as competition and price wars, I kind of pair together. There are no other retail reclaimed wood sign businesses in Glen Arbor, Michigan. However, if there were, I'm confident that I could combat them using my years of experience. Lastly, there is a limited market area of residents in Glen Arbor. However, I've learned in the last few years that my main target audience are the tourists that come here, not necessarily the residents. My financials and production. So this is just my yearly total revenue, past and future. As you can see, there's been a lot of growth in the last 4 years, and I expect that I will be going up by 35%, which is my average increase in the last few years. This is how I got the next numbers in the next few years. This is my gross profit, past and future. I branched out a lot more in 2019, which led to a lot more expenses, but I'm confident that after this year, my sales and gross profit will go up again. This last one just kind of gives an idea of my yearly signs produced, my output, past and future, once again using the 35% variable. My name is Zachary Pryor. I'm the owner and founder of Michigan Signery, and I'd like to thank you for your time.